So glad you tuned in to the Jobie Sprout show. I'm glad you're here. I'm sure you must have seen some of the other segments, but today is very important. It is important to me because, as I shared with you in previous taping that you might have seen, I myself can relate and proudly say I have been bullied. As an adult, if you look on the website, all my research is gearing bullying and being bullied towards children. And it will make adult uncomfortable or shun away from speaking up that they're being bullied. But bullying and bullies and bullied have no age, gender, has no age differences, and it has no gender, and it has no way of stopping. It will never stop. People are going to be people. But what I would like to address today is how the bullied can cope with the bullies who will always be springing up like water lilies. They just spring up from out of nowhere. Sometimes the people who you less expect, the one that we trust the most, can become our bullies. And who do we turn to when that one that we have turned to become the bully in our lives? And so I want to address the bullies, bullied, bullying. So the bullies are those who choose to bully. Bullying is doing something so degrading and interfering into one's existence. I don't want to say emotional being, because that's a part of side effect from being bullied, and I will get on that. And then the bullied are the ones who are being affected by the actions taken of the bullies, correct? All right, so let's look at, I did some notes for you. I really want to stress on it because this researcher by the name of Shem Garden, and she has a great articles on this. She has a book and she done some Lifetime movies too. So Shem Garden spoke of 6 types of bullying, and I'm gonna add a 7th one. 6 types of bullying by Shem is 1, gossiping, physical bullying, verbal bullying, emotional bullying, cyberbullying, sexual bullying, and my 7th one that I really want to add on, codependency. Okay, not codependent. Codependent is an action one takes to rely on others, but codependency can be enforced, and we'll get to that later. So let's look at traits before I get in the description of the 6 types of bullying that I just mentioned. Traits of a bully, or traits of bullies. Okay, so singular, a bully, plural, of bullies, because it's very important, guys. So usually it starts with envy. I know there have been a lot of research being done, and when you read it, they're polishing it up, because some of the researchers have been bullied and become so immune to bullying and accepting the behavior of bullies, where they're now trying to make excuses for the bullies and creating movies for us bullied to be sympathetic with the bullies. And sure, we should be empathetical, not sympathetical. Don't be sympathetical, empathetical, so you don't get emotionally tangled in their scenarios of their dynamic explanation. Guys, though there are many and many more to come, there is no one explanation to excuse bullies, right? You know the emotional pain. I'll get deeper into that. So 6 traits. So they have 6 types of bullying. I want to talk about the traits and you can relate to them. It first, and this is from intense experience and research. It begins with one word: envy. Envying, which is jealousy, with all those things. Envy. And if we want to get spiritual, which you know I tend to do, and if we understand the Bible, that's how sin began. Lucifer became envious of his grand creator, Jehovah God the Father, right? And with that envy, what came after? Fear. He had the fear, or maybe it was the fear before the envy, that all men will worship God. Then he became envious of it. So I want to reverse, and it's up to you how you want to place them in order. I didn't put them in order, but now that I'm speaking on it, I would say fear. Then comes the envy. Now after the envy, just like we read Lucifer did, comes a whisper, which we can call the gossiping. And in any gossip, there will be trace of lies. In any gossip, there will be some form of stealing, misleading. So, as we see, bullies have these traits of the devil. And that's why I don't want you to condole it and sympathize with it. Being empathetical is understanding and putting yourself in one shoe and be exceptional. Because if you're being bullied, you're not going to become bullies, right? So that's how we become exceptional. So now let's get down into the 6th type, gossiping, which is the first one Shem Garden stressed on. And I'm not going to get in all the explanation she gave. I really want you to look it up if you're being bullied and if you think that you're a bully, because you too can be healed from this. Gossiping, what is it? Gossip is usually to expose someone, yes? It can be true storytelling, but it could be, when you use the word gossip, is someone's secret, something a person wouldn't want other people or some people to know of about them, correct? And one person you may have, like I said, they come in your life, they play the friendship to steal your trust. Now you confided, you gave them your little secret, because they play the exchange game or the I am here for you game, and now you feel love that you never felt before, you feel accepted, a part of. These are all feelings that the bullies study about you, knowing that you don't have, because you have trusted in that individual. Now you tell them your little secret that you wouldn't want your school friends to know, your co-workers to know, the boy or the girl you're interested in dating and seeking long-term relationship with. And trust me, they're the ones they're gonna tell, you know? And because again, the bullies, they have a lot of inferiority. They have a lot of need to be seen and to be heard and to be accepted and to be a part of. And they will stop at nothing to make it in. Nothing, you know? And so if you look under the different traits of personality, you will say, which one is this one? It's not necessarily so. I did the research. I will get into human behavior. I think I did one on human behavior, and I'll look it over and I'll give you some tips, because I'm going to put some note under this. I'm helping the bullied today, and hopefully the bullies can learn something and ask themselves if they're comfortable with the description I'm giving you. So don't get mad. Get involved and share your experience, what make you a bully or what make you feel you're being bullied. Now, the bullies they whisper lies. It's very true. A whisperer steal the person who they're whispering to trust. It gives that person a sense of this aggressive, bully, popular person likes me. Right? So you listen, you hear it. But what the bully attempt is to turn you away from the persons they're whispering the lies about. Yes, you can relate? And that's how it begins. And when the bully recruit these friends and become popular, you know, if I watch a dynamic show, they suck the life out of you, they become more humanly. You ever seen those shows? I forgot the show with the Asian show with the guy who eventually turned into the sand. But as he pulled the breath out of you, he became more human. That's bullies. That's what they're doing. They're stealing your spotlight. While they're stealing it, Bullied, you are becoming lesser within yourself. Your lights begin to dim. Because what are some traits of those who are bullied? Shyness, intimidation, timid, withdrawn, hidden, like to stay in closet. And closet meaning, let me be very blunt with that, because the word closet is used for other things too. So with the closet for the bullied is the type of clothing you start wearing, the way you carry yourself, the way you do your hair, the clothes, everything trying to cover up as if you're hot, or you don't want to be seen because you want to be less picked on. Okay. Traits of the bullies, like they hold hands together when they're in crowd, their own hands, the comfort, the standing in ground. They cry a lot. Sometimes, if accepted falsely, they'd be overly friendly, overly giving, overly kind, and all the good things the bullied can make negative because they're weaknesses. Yes. And now we go into physical bullying. Physical bullying is mostly seen between parents and children and in relationships, spouses and lovers. Yes? Back in the days, teachers were allowed to even spank you. But physical bullying, we know, is also gang related. Okay, I'm going to beat you up to show off with my friends that I can make it in, and bullied always going to be beaten and shunned away from. Then we have verbal bullying. All right, and then I'm going to just take a brief moment here, a little break, so we all can sip on our water and come back. I love this topic. Don't forget, I want you to, while you're sipping on your water, think, if Jobie Sprout is sitting here talking to you, who's admitting to being bullied, you too can overcome your bully. So to go nowhere, come right back. I hope you had some water in the little break we took. That was refreshing. My throat is revived and moist. So I want to continue here, and let me rephrase and let me go over a little bit more in detail. As during our break we were just chit-chatting a little on bullying. Remember what I said, friends. I want you to pay close attention to this. Bullied. And that's the nickname we're giving ourselves today, bullied. We who have been bullied can own it, bullied, because we're going to put a stop to it as of today. But I want to go back over this strong point. I don't know if I made it clear enough. I heard it in my head. Remember, guys, don't default yourself if it's your best friend, if it's even your parents. Remember, a lot of bullies have researched and mastered their skills of bullying. And a lot of times when they sneak up in your life, They don't come as the bullies that you now know them to be. They were once your confident buddy, whoever, maybe parents, siblings, relatives, servants, those who choose later on to take advantage of that trust, of that nature of yours. They came at one time as that good Samaritan, and I want you to pay close attention. Stealing your trust. And why do I want you to pay attention to that word? They steal our trust. Because when you get over it, when you point them out for who they are, you're not going to feel intimidated. You're not going to feel bad. You're going to know why. That had you been the true person that I now know you to be, you would never have been in my life. So remember that. That's a key point of how you're going to heal from your bullies. And then I'm going to give you some pointer how you're going to stand up later on. So we talk about gossiping and we talk about physical bullying and verbal bullying. It comes from mainly those who we need our educations from. Whether it's our parents, whether it's our older siblings, whether it's whoever we're dependent on to get from one point to the other. Relationships, children can be very verbal abusive to their parents, vice versa. Bullying is mostly those who you're seeking advancement from. You're put down. You can't do that. You won't become that. You're dunce, you're dumb, you're stupid. Oh God, that's a strong one. You're foolish, you're handicapped or handy, nickname. You're this, you're a liar, you're stupid, you're dunce, Those people who you probably, your bosses, your educators, your parents, your children, your peers, bullying comes from all level. Verbal bullying. But guys, no matter who they are, take it from me, they are, say it together after the count of 3. 1, 2, 3, bullies. No matter who they are. Whether your shelter depends on that, your clothing, your food, your education, your paycheck, they're bullies, okay? And there's no tolerance in our world. We're not going to stop them. We're not going to put our energy to stop bullies, but we're going to put our energy in how not to tolerate bullies in our existent being, right? Working and becoming our better best is my motto, and it should be yours. Then we have emotional bullying. Emotional bullying is mostly seen in intimate setting, intimate relationship setting, where you're deprived of the kiss, the validation, the admiration. But we also see that among peers and vice versa, parents and children, yes? So we all know that emotional one. Can you believe this one? Cyberbullying. Facebook. The inventor said it was a way to connect people who were away over yonder, like abroad, away from home, relocating, ending a scenario, a genre in their life, a period like schooling, to reconnect. That was his loving, original purpose for inventing Facebook. But no, not the bullies. They took it, can't invent anything, but sure know how to use it. And boy, they'll block your picture. They'll post your ugliest picture. They will ignore your post and not even a like, and post over yours and all these things. So cyber, and many of them are people we know and loved. Yes, we should always love them. Again, I personally, as a transformational life coach, and may go against many of the research I find which annoyed me, and it's because I've been bullied. Too many emphasis and too many excuses are now being given to the bullies. Bullied are committing suicide. Bullied are harming themselves. We need the help more than the bullies. Bullies will never stop. We know that. We know that. Help those, go into schools, opening up a room so someone who feels threatened can go openly and speak up if you are trying to help. Also put some energy there. I thank you for all that you do. And so sexual bullying, and a lot of emphasis have been put on trafficking. Very little do I know about trafficking, but from my research I learned some. Children who are taken, people who become your friend again. I heard one young lady said, I thought he was my friend. I don't know how it began other than once upon a time we were friends. And that same individual turned the individual into his income. And not just his income, but also his when I want you type of lady. It was very painful for me. Thank God I'm not a sex therapist. I don't want to go that further. But for those who are sexually being bullied, I'm here for you. I hope when I do my next segment on healing that you too will benefit. I don't know too much. I don't want to say too much, but I want you to know pain is pain, and we're all feeling some sort of pain, and we stand by you. And sexual bullying, believe it or not, is in some marriages, vowing to love each other in sickness and in health. But guys, people are not who they say they are in the beginning. You live with them, you come to know, if you don't do this, this won't happen, blah, blah, blah. So again, for those who are trapped in these sorts of engagement, there will be help. I will be having segment with specialists who are more capable and knowledgeable and qualified to touch on those topics. But one that I know I can talk about is codependency. Anyone here today can relate to codependency? I read, I did some research. You see my computer. We're going to go in it the next segment. Codependency, unfortunately. I'm a mom. Should I raise my right hand? Can I take off my glasses too? I'm so guilty. I handicap anybody come around me. But I'm so guilty because I've done it to my mother, my children, my spouse. I am the type. And I learned in my therapeutical receiving moment when I seek my treatment that it was what I wanted, I was given. I like to be loved. I love to love. But sometimes we can handicap the very people that are dependent on us to teach them and allow them to exercise their own God-given rights in their being. I have a son. I don't know if I should say his name. He doesn't mind. He's going to be on my talk show segment. I don't want to tap into him because he's well outspoken and he may tell you some things I've done to him. But he, for one, pointed out that I have bullied him by letting him be codependent on me, that when I'm away from him, he feels very sad. It's like, mommy's not here to cook. Mommy's not here to do this. And he felt like I didn't put him in the kitchen enough or set standard for his independence, like I would always be there. So I want you to know that though we know the word to be used differently, guys, it is a form of bullying. So if you feel that you're one of those who are enabling someone from being independent, just remember, allow the person to ask for more. That's the simplification of it. That's the conclusion I came to. Allowing someone to ask for help. And sometimes, even after they ask for help, how may I help you would be a good response. So you don't do what you think they want or should have, but really giving them what they're requiring. Yes? But every person who's been bullied, you too can take a stand and share how bullying has affected your life. But more importantly, we're not staying victim. No, we're overcomers. So we're going to say, this is how it has affected us, and this is how I have overcome. Let me leave you with this, and take it from me. The next time a bully is obvious to you, put up your hand. No one knows, now they'll know. I'll put up my hand. It is me saying it's okay not to be shy about this. It is me saying it's okay not to be intimidated by this, and take a stand and say, you know what? Or you don't matter at all. Don't just walk away. I used to do that. Bullies don't get the silent treatment, but don't get even. Come up with your own scenario. Practice something in the mirror. Mine, my hands go up and I say, you don't matter at all. Even if I say it within myself and I don't say it out loud, something always comes that I need to say. Very straightforward, very tactful, and then I leave that person's presence. Guys, I love you. This is a continuing topic. I hope you join us again on this bullying topic. I'm going to get in some juicy remedy how to overcome being bullied. Okay? I love you. Until next time, this is the Jobie Sprout Show, where you talk, I listen, I talk, you listen. A place where conversation is safe. Have a great day. Continue the conversation with Jobie at www.parodontic.com. That is www.parodontic.com. Executive Producer, Jobie Sprout. Copyright 2021 Jobie Sprout. All right reserved. Special thanks to Brooklyn Free Speech Network.